Alright, so throughout the 20-year runtime that Naruto has been around, there's always been a big selection of characters. There's always traits and quirks about a character that makes him appealing to somebody in some regard. And there's always talks about who's the favorite and who's the least favorite character throughout the series to everyone. Basically, I get bombarded who's my favorite Naruto characters, and I always say the same answers regardless of their hot takes or against public opinion because, I got critical thinking skills. What do you expect? But when it comes down to the least favorite, Itachi always becomes number one on my list, and I'm about to explain why. So I decided to get my thoughts together. This is going to be really long, image heavy rant, so just be warned. I suggest you don't watch this video if you really like Itachi for some reason. If you make a hasty comment, I will respond to you for the giggles, but don't expect me to go back and forth with you. That's internet thugging. So yeah, let's begin. Alright, so to start off, in part 1 of Naruto is probably one of my favorite parts in the manga per se, because it's always this build up and introduction of ideas, especially the Shinobi Code, and that is to be the ultimate pawn for whatever master, objective, or just overall creed that you live by. You have to serve that no matter the cost. And I love how Naruto and this new generation is now breaking that creed to do how they want to do and create their own freedom and their own will. So as a young lad, I was a bumbling idiot every time I seen Naruto and Sasuke on the screen, because I know these guys are destined for greatness. They're destined to do good things. But then there's also another character that was one of my favorites as a kid, and his name was Itachi. Just me being a young lad, I was so infatuated and intrigued by the Uchiha clan because it shows a lot about the lore and the reasons behind these two characters. Yeah, they're the last of their race. They got their own lives going on. But what would force Sasuke to be driven to vengeance? And what will force the older Uchiha, who we didn't know at the time, to be this rogue ninja that is dangerous to the village? And by chapter 139, we finally revealed that Sasuke wants to kill his older brother, the last of his kind, and that Itachi is planning to return to the village to capture Naruto. So of course I was going to be excited for both of these characters because their arcs are going to overlap, and we're finally going to see more about, their lore and their history. So in part 1, our first look in Itachi, we already know that this guy is a villain. Like, this dude is wearing a black trench coat in 90-degree weather. Of course we're not gonna fuck with him. He has this insane, evil, wicked, and powerful look. And he had it all, man. His first appearance, if you just look at him, the fierceness in his eyes, the character that sends chills in my spine, just by looking at him, I can see that he is not normal. He is not a regular ninja. There is nothing gentle about him. And the second part of the manga, no, this is not Itachi Uchiha. Alright, so back to the real Itachi back in part 1. Basically, it's established that this man is a villain. After Orochimaru and his folks are defeated, Itachi immediately steps in, and he's a part of the quote-unquote triad organization Ikatsuki. You know that he's serious shit. If you just look at him, you could tell that this man is a leader. You could tell that this man is dangerous, and you could tell that he is not to be fucked with. Maybe a kid? Yes, but he's also a leader too. You could just look at him ordering Kisame around in both iterations. He doesn't seem like the type that likes to get his hands dirty. He's extremely focused on his task and objective, and that's capturing Naruto Uzumaki by all costs. But he doesn't want Kisame to start war or make a fuss, just like a silent murderer or a special ops team. So, there's always enough nuance to his character to know what this guy is about. And once again, I'm even more excited because Itachi is literally the embodiment of the ninja philosophy that you are a tool, you are a pawn to complete the objective by any means. And the fact that he embodies that so perfectly gives him a lot more nuance as a villain than anything else. So being the elite pawn of the shadows, he uses his genjutsu instead of taijutsu or ninjutsu most of the time because honestly his power resides within his mind. And he mocks Kakashi by calling him Kakashi-san like he knows him, and he just praises his abilities while stabbing him 2 seconds later. This man is really cynical. And that is so mind-dropping as a villain, bro. Like, can we just sit here and admire this man's face in the last panel? You can look at his eyes, they're shaded, which means evil or anger. It may be both, but I honestly believe it's evil. There's nothing in his face that really shows that, oh, this guy is, he's really misunderstood. He's really such a good guy. He's a hero. Because, you know, especially I believe that he's evil would suit him a lot more because of this. This man tortures Takashi for the next 3 days. I'm talking about this, so unnecessary. Mentally mind fucking this man for the next 3 days for no reason. If that isn't evil, then there's no such thing. But yet again, this still isn't the only thing about him. And I know some of you guys gonna be in the comments and be like, oh, but Kishi said Itachi wasn't being mean because he didn't want to kill Kakashi. So I'm gonna answer him like this way. We all know that number one, Kakashi wasn't killed because of the plot armor, yet he had to show how evil Itachi was, so he decided torture would be just enough. And this next panel right here embodies this man's character. You know, show more and say less is the perfect approach. Look at this time. Oh, come on, bro, we gotta take Kakashi out. Time for these people to disappear. Bro, like, what? Like, look, as soon as Itachi finds out that Kakashi knows too much about him and the organization, he decides to kill him off. If he's actually trying to protect the Leaf Village as claimed to later in the trash ass second part, he would have just let him live and tell the others about the Akatsuki. Like I said before, there's no shades of gray to Itachi's character. He's strictly in the black. He's on the wrong side of the shinobi path. He's up to no good, and he has no fucks to give to dedicate his life to their cause of the Akatsuki. So, you know, this is perfect. But unfortunately, the plot armor is too strong for this one. Instead of having Kisame and Itachi fight using their full battle tact, all their arsenal out at once, we gotta, you know, use trinklets and previews of it. So reasonably, they decide to retreat, and they work in secret, so yeah, that's kind of the best. And we have Guy Sensei just appearing out of nowhere, quote unquote saving Kakashi's life. And you know, this is a big scene. You got 4 witnesses. This is a sloppy abort job, so yeah, kind of, you know, out of character, but whatever, you know, it's believable. All in all, this is the Itachi that Kishimoto decided to show us. So why does he have to change? Why was he wonderfully constructed as a villain but broken down to be a dark knight of the Leaf Village? Why is this even necessary? I know there's some idiots in the comments right now going crazy like, no, shut up, you don't understand Itachi. He's a loving, merciful guy. He's misunderstood. And yada yada yada. I know all that crap. I honestly just don't believe that. I really for a fact know that Itachi is meant to be this evil, cynical character. And if anybody thinks otherwise, how can you justify putting an illusion to show exactly how you killed every member of your own family, your own little brother? Look, I love my cousin. I love my little cousin, but I won't shatter his knee with a baseball bat, put the bat on display, and just point it to it every 2 seconds and be like, yeah, I love you, bros. You know, that doesn't work. Hopefully, everybody can agree with me that there's no conceivable way to take this as an act of love, kindness, mercy, or, you know, anything positive to receive from this, because he's just traumatizing his brother for shits and giggles. And it's really apparent here. Itachi is not kind. He's not merciful. This is who he is. So once again, Itachi casts the illusion and makes his brother relive the worst day of his life. And Sasuke was saved because of Jiraiya. Itachi honestly would have kept continuing to torture him. This is not forgivable by any means, and this is also why Itachi is a great character back in part 1. He is ruthless, he's inhuman. He damaged Sasuke so much that they needed Tsunade to take care of him instead of a normal medic. Alright, so here's the checklist for Itachi. Is he as merciful? No. Does he has pity? Nope. Love? Nope. Kindness? Nope. All that we have here is a body of cruelty, torture, and ultimate relentlessness. He's the ultimate tool of the dark side of the shinobi world. And I love Itachi if he continued to be this way. But however, Kishimoto had to ruin it. He wanted to expand his world. He wanted to create more lore. Because, you know what, it's been 15 years. We need some questions answered. I get it. But he transformed and changed everything, especially this wicked son of a bitch, into just a kind and loving brother. He's the unsung hero of the Leaf Village. Oh, so I'm supposed to believe Itachi did everything for love? No, I'm not gonna buy it. You can't just tell me shit and call it gold. No, everybody else bought it, and I honestly just hate it. This is why I call it the Itachi effect, or just the Itachi syndrome, because it's all about love and forgiveness in this realm, you know? Even Sasuke, main protagonist of part 2, who was tortured by Itachi, dedicated his whole life, became an international criminal, put everything on the line just to avenge him. Why? Why? It makes no sense. It's completely out of character. Let's suppose that Sasuke really believed that Itachi did everything out of love and all that bullshit. It still doesn't change the fact that he killed your entire family, that he tortured you as a kid. Yet Sasuke just magically forgives him and just feels sorry to task his brother that he had to complete. Cause you know, what? Sasuke, have you lost your mind, bro? Like, the last 4 or 5 years of your life have been lost to hatred and rage. And now that you have this quote-unquote revelation come to you, it's all okay now? Like, no, there's no closure here. No, that would make me even madder if I was Sasuke.
Wait, hold it right there, buddy. That's where you're wrong. Sasuke's first mad because he has to realize that his brother was tasked of killing his own family because he's ordered to do so, and he's now inspired to make sure that never happens again. You're such a fucking idiot.
And I have to say, bro, you're wrong. People do not work as on and off switches of emotion and thoughts. No, it's a process and a series of events that come to conclusions after turmoils and tribulations. So you're not gonna hit me with that crap that Sasuke immediately just hopped on and wanted to honor his brother's legacy. No, after Sasuke kills Itachi, quote unquote, or even finishes his arc, after Itachi just dies, Sasuke is now purposeless. He lived his whole life to find him dead, have him dead in an alley somewhere, and now that it's finally in front of him, Sasuke is now Itachi. That's it. That's the only path that Sasuke has to take. There's no other switching lanes or which way. No. It's already established in Naruto's universe. To be the ultimate ninja, you must be dead inside. You must be the soulless, most cruelest person in order to be the ultimate ninja, especially if you're a pawn. But if you're higher up, oh, you have to make these sacrifices and choices in order to protect people. And these ideas themselves are not bad. These are really, really real and cool. But they're just expanded upon so dumb and so poorly that it makes no sense in the context of where they're applied. And now I'm starting to unravel the secrets of Itachi's past and his backstory, and yeah, man, he's the Dark Knight, man. Yeah. So I'm about to deconstruct that in this whole next part right now. Alright, I lied. Screw this next part. This is going to be a whole separate video, but basically this is part 1 of the fallacies of Itachi's character. So yeah, like and subscribe if you agree so far. The next video will start shortly. Alright, it'll be up shortly, wherever it's going to be. It's your boy Rick up. I'm out.